Now we are going to answer the study MCQs of this tax remedies. Unahin natin yung number 1. This is about the invalidity of an assessment dahil sa defective na LOA. Nabasahin natin yung question at saka yung scenario. Revenue Officer Santos was issued a letter of authority, which is LOA, by the regional director to examine the books of accounts of Tech Solutions Incorporated for the taxable year 2020. During the audit, R.O. Santos noticed a significant non-fraudulent discrepancy in the VAT declaration for the taxable year 2021. Ang kanyang ino-audit according sa ibinigay na LOA ay para lang sa 2020. Pero mayroon siya nakikita sa 2021. Wanting to be efficient, R.O. Santos expanded his audit to cover 2021. So hindi na yun cover sa kanya sa authority na ibinibigay kay Santos, pero gumawa pa rin siya ng tax investigation or audit sa 2021. Subsequently, recommended an assessment for the deficiency taxes for both 2020 at saka 2021. So yun ang nangyari. Ang findings niya is covering now sa dalawang taon. The regional director signed the final assessment notice for both years. Now, Tech Solutions Incorporated accepts the 2020 findings pero contest the 2021 assessment. So ngayon, paano magiging ground? So is the assessment 2021 valid? So ito yung questionable ngayon kung tama ba yung contest or magiging supported ba by law yung contest na ginawa ni Tech Solutions with regard to 2021 assessment. Ngayon, tandaan natin na ang LOA ay specific authority given para lang sa RO or Revenue Officer para to examine yung taxpayer's books. Ngayon, it must be covered only 1 year. Now remember, mayroon tayong 1-year rule. Ibig sabihin, kung ano lang yung nakalagay sa LOA, 1 year lang talaga dapat yan, ay dapat yun lang din yung pwedeng i-audit. So ngayon, ang nangyari, 2 years yung in-audit niya. Now, if an RO audits a year not covered by the valid LOA, ang resulting na assessment ay void. Kumbaga, hindi yun acceptable. Kasi yun ay wala sa kanyang authority. At kung if yung LOA naman ay yung coverage na nilagay doon sa LOA ay 2 taon, ay hindi po yun pwedeng magiging valid. It will make the LOA invalid. So, ito yun ay galing dito doon sa kaso na desisyon, kaso ni Medicard versus the Commissioner of Internal Revenue. Sabi doon, the resulting assessment is void for violation of the taxpayer's due process. Now, ang signature ni RD naman, doon sa fund, di ba, nag-sign si original director dito, si RD. Sinainan niya yung resulta ng assessment doon sa final assessment notice para sa 2 taon, ay hindi po yun magiging resulta na para ma-cure yung defect doon sa LOA. Kasi unang-una, yung LOA kailangan 1 year lang talaga. Hindi ibig sabihin na kung si Regional Director ay nag-sign to approve the assessment na ginawa ni Santos, ni Revenue Officer Santos, ay magiging valid na yung LOA. It cannot cure the defect na ginawa ni Santos na assessment which is outside on his authority as described in the letter of authority. So kaya, kung titingnan natin dito, isa-isahin natin. Letter A, is the assessment valid? The answer is no sa ganyan na kaso. So ito lang yung pwede nating pagpilian. Now, tingnan natin yung kanilang rason ng no. Because the LOA, letter B tayo because the LOA issued to R.O. Santos was specific for the taxable 2020 and a separate LOA is required for 2021. Okay, ito yung tama. Unang-una, bakit siya mali? Kasi dapat ang sinabi lang kasi ng LOA is for 2020. So wala siyang pakialam doon sa 2021 dahil hindi yung covered ng kanyang authority. Ang LOA ay nagbibigay ng authority sa revenue officer na mag-conduct ng audit. Pero yung authority na yan ay defined doon sa letter of authority. Nakalagay talaga yon hanggang saan lang ang kanyang authority to audit. So kaya hindi magiging valid yung kanyang assessment sa 2021. Kung magkaroon man ng assessment for 2021, kailangan yun ng separate na LOA. Kaya tama itong letter B at ang kanyang rason. Ngayon, tingnan naman natin yung letter D. Sabi dito, no. Because the assessment should have been preceded by letter of notice. Okay, hindi naman ito naging tama kasi ang letter of notice ay ginawa ito sa panahon ni Kim Hinares para ito sa contactless na audit. Yung i-inform ka lang na mayroon sila nakikita na discrepancy and you need to respond. Okay, ganun yung contactless audit nila before. Yun yung ginawa nila yung letter of notice for that. Hindi kailangan ng letter of notice para sa LOA. Hindi siya prerequisite. Yung LOA is the step 1 or the starting point of the audit investigation. Kung walang LOA, walang audit investigation na mangyayari. Hindi, again, kailangan ang letter of notice para magkaroon ng audit investigation kasi hindi yan nagbibigay ng authority para sa isang revenue officer na mag-conduct ng audit. So the answer is letter B. Now we have a twist question here. What if? Now, what if si R.O. Santos resigned midway through the audit and the case was reassigned to R.O. Reyes using the memorandum? Memorandum lang yung ginawa, memorandum of assignment, para i-reassign kasi nag-resign daw si Revenue Officer Santos referring to the original audit. Parang ganun lang, just to rectify or ano yung baguhin lang doon, ginago yung kung sino yung pwedeng mag-conduct. But no new LOA was issued. So walang ibinigay na bagong LOA. So ang tanong nito, is this a valid na move na ginawa ng BIR? Ang assessment is void kung ganyan yung ginawa. Kasi pag yung memorandum of assignment kasi ay hindi yon enough para magbigay ng authority sa bagong revenue officer. Kung magpapalit man ng bagong revenue officer, kailangan yon ng bagong LOA para ilagay yung kanyang pangalan doon. Again, hindi enough yung memorandum of assignment at hindi yon magiging valid yung assignment or yung LOA, hindi magiging valid yung assessment kung walang ginagawang bago na LOA para sa bagong RO. Tandaan natin, kung sino lang yung nakalagay na RO doon sa LOA, siya lang din yung may authorization para mag-conduct ng audit. Again, kung iba man yung magiging RO for a particular audit investigation, kailangan magbigay ng bagong LOA yung region.